Hello, my name is Ethan Gross. My topic is counter-urbanization. Counter-urbanization is an example of intra-regional migration. Intra-regional migration is the movement of migration within one region. In other words, intra-regional migration is moving from an urban area to a rural area or a rural area to an urban area. An urban area is often a place characterized by a higher population density and vast amount of human features. An example of an urban area would be New York City with its high population and the endless amount of attractions. A rural area is often a place characterized by a low population density and a low amount of human features. An example of a rural area would be Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where the Amish would live and there is a low amount of social attractions. Every area in the world originally started out as a rural area. Counter-urbanization is the social and demographic process where people move from an urban area to a rural area. An example of counter-urbanization would be moving from the exciting and bold New York City to Lancaster, Pennsylvania with the Amish. Today, counter-urbanization is rare in the aspect that not many people leave an urban area to go to a rural area. Normally, the person will leave that exciting urban area to go to a suburban area. The average young Joe always wants to go make it big in the city. But as time goes by, a person may want to leave that excitement and craziness to settle down. The first time counter-urbanization became a thing was in the mid-1900s when people wanted to leave that overcrowded life to go to a calm, tranquil area. Counter-urbanization is also the main cause for shrinking cities. Counter-urbanization happens everywhere in the world, but more in some places than others. Currently today, counter-urbanization is massive in China. China has the highest population in the world with over 1.3 billion people, and many so-called peasants are moving to the rural areas. However, as you can see in other places such as India, Ethiopia, Pakistan, Sudan, and many more experience counter-urbanism. The second map represents the average change in current motion of a village that was urbanized and then counter-urbanized. As you can see, the urbanized area takes up the majority of space with its large modern estate and developing space. The only ounce of the original rural area is in the middle. Counter-urbanization creates new rural areas in the outside and isolated areas. These isolated areas are normally nearby to the urban territory. As you branch out further, you will even begin to find the suburban areas. There are many factors that are responsible for the counter-urbanization movement. These factors are either called push or pull factors. A push factor is something that would lead a person to leave the urban area, while a pull factor is something that would attract a person to go to a rural area. Some of the earliest push factors that existed long ago were cultural, religious, or racial discrimination. However, today, most of those factors are not apparent and more common of today. Some of these push factors include high land values, restricted sites for development, high local taxes, population congestion, and pollution. Some pull factors include cheap, available land, clean surroundings, quiet surroundings, and the easier ability to settle down possibly for retirement or to raise a family. Many people work to create their fortunes in the urban areas, but then will eventually no longer need to work in the fast lane and be able to settle down. Counter-urbanization often occurs in the MDCs because of the economic achievements that one can get to. The rich after time tend to move first, and soon after the upper middle class. However, after time, one may not be able to work anymore. Have you ever seen the hectic and massive amount of people that wait at the stock market? Some people can no longer handle or take that intense effort anymore. Along with the almost endless amount of push and pull factors, there are also other reasons or factors that people would counter-urbanize. The media, technology, and equipment that has been created today has allowed people to continue their urban-like lives but live in rural areas. Improvements in communication have also lessened the attractiveness of urban centers, and commuters are often willing to trade off increased travel times for an improvement in life. The increase in car ownership over the last 40 years means people are now mobile. This has led to a huge increase in commuting. Now when you want to see the newest roller coaster ride or new monument, all you need to do is hop on the computer and Google it. People no longer need to really go out of their way to discover or see new things because everything is on the web. Some people have even been able to establish themselves so far that they can just work from home, emailing or faxing their work. If you want to go see your relatives, all you need to do is dial the phone or use your new iPhone or Mac to FaceTime or multi-video chat with them. School buses now drive further out and your kids don't even need aid. Cars, subways, and trains have also made the life many better for whom live in the rural areas. People who live nearby urban areas can drive in, take the bus, take the train, or ride the subways to their job. Every cause results in an effect. Counter-urbanization has an effect on both its origin or on the area people leave and its destination or on the area with people go. Counter-urbanization's effect on its origin is that it decreases its population. People leaving can result in possible low employment, causing the average business to close down or not being able to find someone to hire. Another effect is on the average grocery or convenience store that no longer sells as much shampoo or toothpaste or any common thing you constantly buy. Counter-urbanization's effect on its destination is increasing its population. This can be a positive effect on the average convenience store, but also a negative effect in the fact that it causes land and house prices to increase. It also possible cause an increase in pollution throughout the areas with the massive amount of cars and vehicles present. I am Ethan Gross and thank you for watching my PowerPoint on counter-urbanization.